Coming up on Sports Paws, the men's ice hockey team came right here to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, take on the number 6 ranked Boston College Eagles for the season opener of the college hockey season.
And don't forget the action here in Hamden. Volleyball had their home opener against Canisius and Niagara. Plus, women's soccer beat reporter Rose Carrotta sat down with Milena Branco in a Q30 exclusive interview.
All that and more
Coming up next
on Sports Paws.
Welcome inside Studio 125 for another week of Sports Paws. I'm Andrew Goodness.
And I'm Andrew Reynolds. The men's ice hockey team is officially back and opened their season on Friday against a top 10 opponent. The men's ice hockey team opened up their season with a trip up to Chestnut Hill to take on number 6 Boston College. Here come the Bobcats. They take the ice for the first time this season. We start around the midway point through the first period. Jeremy Wilmer, he waits out his defender, and the senior toe drags and rips one top corner to get the Bobcats their first goal of the year. Quinnipiac up 1-0 over BC. Now in the final seconds of the first period, the Bobcats on the power play. Lucas Gustafson sends it to the first round draft pick Teddy Stiga, who lights the lamp. The Predators prospect evens the score heading into the first intermission. The Bobcats looking to retake the lead. Ethan Wittenbach to Matthew Lansing, shoots it top of the net. Both Wittenbach and Lansing both getting their first career points. Just a few minutes later, Graham Sword joins the party, capitalizes on the Eagles' turnover to snipe the puck in. Bobcats now up 3-1. Eagles looking to make a comeback with a power play. Ryan Conmey, the UNH transfer, shoots the puck through the Bobcat defender to make it into the 1-goal game. Now it is still 3-2. The Bobcats looking to try and get one on the board again to try to get back up to 2. And look who it is. Chris Pelosi, the Bruins prospect, gets it, finds the puck. Look at this replay here. Goes off the back of the goaltender, Korick, and Pelosi able to find it, push it right across the goal line. Bobcats up 2 heading into the third period. After all the goals in the second period, it's time to head into a little bit of a quieter third as we see the Eagles scoring here, bringing it into a 1-goal game, but it would not be enough. The Bobcats able to pull off the huge upset on the road in Chestnut Hill. Dylan Silverstein gets his 12 saves against his former team. Quinnipiac had 5 first years earn their first career points in the win. Bobcats take it 4-3 in Chestnut Hill.
After the Bobcats' upset win against Boston College, men's ice hockey beat reporter Zach Naffa went over the impact of beating a top 10 team in the NCAA.
For the 4th time in 5 seasons, the Quinnipiac men's ice hockey team faced off against the Boston College Eagles to begin their season. Taking on one of the most storied programs in NCAA Division I ice hockey history, this year the Bobcats came out on top.
We're trying to play every year.
Yeah.
I want to play BC every year. I want to play BU every year, and then we, stagger one's home, one's away. I think it's great for us. We want to play the best teams in the country, and Brownie and his staff do a great job. And this is a big-time program, and we want to go up against them.
While Rand Pecknold and the Bobcats have scheduled matchups with big-time opponents, they struggled last year, going 1-6 against 4 Hockey East teams. Chris Pelosi acknowledged the importance of winning those close matchups against ranked opponents.
These 1-goal games are super important. Every single point matters in these games. Short season, so as many as we can get, we need, and you just go off from there.
7 first-years made their NCAA debuts for Quinnipiac in one of the most hostile environments across all of college hockey. 5 of them registered points on the night, handling the pressure despite facing a school known for producing NHL talent and a raucous crowd.
Yeah, they played well. Like every year, you got to play, especially with the transfer portal. You got to play your new guys. You can't sit on it. We had Varro out there at the end with 7 seconds left. He did a great job, but I was really happy with them. And they're just going to keep getting better and better. It was a good environment for them to kind of have their first game, and now we'll kind of reload. And we have an exhibition with Providence on Sunday. We'll get ready for that. Keep trying to get better.
Just like in the 2022-23 season, the Bobcats will look to see if a season-opening win at the Conti Forum can lead to a national championship run. Reporting for Q30 Sports, I'm Zach Naffa.
The Bobcats' strong performance against Boston College led to 2 players receiving ECAC Hockey Weekly awards. Senior Jeremy Wilmer was named Forward of the Week after scoring the first goal of the 2025-26 season and recording an assist later on in the second period. Forward Matthew Lansing also scored for the Bobcats, leading to earning ECAC Hockey Rookie of the Week. It was his first collegiate goal after spending last season in the USHL with the Fargo Force.
After the big win, the Bobcats were destined to move up in the first USCHO rankings of the season. Not only did they climb, they soared, moving up 5 spots in the rankings from number 13 in the preseason to number 8 after a huge win against Boston College. At the top of the poll, the defending national champions Western Michigan, followed by Michigan State and Boston University, who round out the top 3. In what looks like will be 100-degree weather in Tempe, Arizona next week, the Bobcats will play Alaska Fairbanks in the first round of the Icebreaker Tournament at Arizona State.
Last week, 3 Quinnipiac women's ice hockey players picked up ECAC Hockey Weekly awards. First-year Jade Barbariti was named Forward of the Week alongside her teammates sophomores Michaela Watson and Felicia Frank, earning Defender of the Week and Goaltender of the Week respectively. Barbariti tallied 2 assists and 2 goals last weekend, including a game winner, while Watson scored a goal of her own along with 3 assists. Frank made 26 saves for a .897 save percentage.
After a successful week, the Bobcats look to push their momentum into an away and home series against the Providence Friars. Led by Alex Law's hat trick, the Bobcats beat the Friars 5-2 on Friday. The Friars were able to get off the first tally, but Laurence Fournette tied the game to get her first goal of the season. The first-year Peyton Cormier scored her first collegiate goal in the win, and Felicia Frank made 20 saves. The Bobcats improved to 3-0 on the season, while the Friars dropped their first of the season. Now moving on to Game 2 as the series returned to Hamden, and the Bobcats aim to complete the weekend sweep.
Like you said, Reynolds, the Bobcats are looking for their second sweep of the Friars in the last 3 years. There's no action in the first period, so we'll go straight to the second. Michaela Watson finding Kaylin LaMarche in front of the net, and the junior pots her first goal of the season. Bobcats up 1-0 over the Friars with 6 minutes left in the second period.
And just 10 seconds later, Quinnipiac breaks the puck out to perfection. Peyton Cormier takes it through center ice, gives it over to Emerson Jarvis. I mean, look at that speed, an absolute speed demon. She's able to wrap it around and send it back to Cormier, who's in front of the net, and she buries it. Back-to-back goals for the first year in 2 days.
And we're still within a minute of that first goal. Bobcats are not pumping the brakes. Laurence Fournette receives the puck on the sidewall, sends it up to the point. Ainsley DeTavio shoots the puck through the commotion and hits the back of the net. DeTavio picks up her first NCAA goal, and it's a 3-0 lead heading into the break.
And near the beginning of that final frame, Quinnipiac forces a turnover in the ozone. The puck finds the stick of Taylor Bruskin. She sends a sweet dish to DeTavio, and the sophomore goes back-to-back for her second of the night. Bobcats now in full control, up 4-0.
Later on in the same period, Avery Barros grabs the puck on the near wall. She'll fire the puck on Hope Walensky, and the rebound will kick out to Ruby Rauch for her first NCAA goal. The Bobcats win this game over the Friars 5-0.
And Felicia Frank, she's going to pick up her first shutout of the year, making 19 saves in the win. Quinnipiac will now set their sights ahead for a road trip in Central New York against the Syracuse Orange.
During the game, sophomore Ainsley DeTavio scored her first and second NCAA goals. Women's ice hockey beat reporter Christina Semenes has the story.
On Saturday, the Quinnipiac women's ice hockey team shut out the Providence Friars 5-0. Sophomore defender Ainsley DeTavio scored her first and second NCAA goals in the game.
Tav is an offensive player. You know, the interesting thing about her, when she was a junior in high school, she led the entire league she played in as a defenseman in points. So, you know, we expect this from her. She expects it from herself, and I think she's ready to make those confident plays and score for us.
DeTavio went down shortly before her first goal, but this didn't stop her. She got back in the game and would go on to score 2 goals.
You know, the girl landed on me a little funny, but popped back up. It wasn't as serious as I thought it was going to be.
She also spoke on what goes into scoring for her and what she saw in each of her goals.
The first one was just kind of a fluke. I mean, just sent it to the net. Second one, Tay, beautiful pass. So, I mean, teammates, screening, passing. It's kind of what it comes down to.
She also mentioned her fellow sophomore defenders, Michaela Watson and Ella Senek, and how they have all grown from their freshman season.
Last year, we all came in and we didn't know what to expect, and we had Kendall Cooper to kind of lead us through it and kind of teach us how to play the game at this level. And I think we've all grown together and we got really close.
DeTavio and the Bobcats are now 4-0 on the season. They will hit the road to take on the Syracuse Orange next weekend. Reporting for Q30 Sports, I'm Christina Tsimenes.
Thanks, Christine. After the 2 statement wins, the Bobcats' national ranking continued to climb. After last week's 8th place finish, the Bobcats placed 7th in the USCHO poll. Wisconsin and Ohio State continue to claim the top 2 spots, followed by Minnesota at 3 and Duluth at 4. Cornell lands at 5 despite having played no games until this upcoming weekend. Penn State, Colgate round out the top 8, and the Bobcats are now second highest nationally ranked team out of all teams in the ECAC for the first time since January 2023. While the hockey took over a lot of the headlines this week, there was a ton of other games in action on campus. Women's volleyball had its home opener against 2 Western New York MAC rivals, the Canisius Golden Griffins and the Niagara Purple Eagles.
And women's soccer beat reporter Rose Carrotta sits down with Milena Branco for the first Athlete of the Month interview. Sports Paws will return after this.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Reporting from the Grove for Q30 News.
Reporting from the Miller Library for Q30 News.
Reporting from the Mount Carmel campus for Q30 News.
Reporting on Whitney Ave for Q30 News.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Welcome back to Sports Paws. Following their win against Merrimack on Tuesday, Quinnipiac Volleyball opened up its home slate here on Friday against Canisius. The Bobcats are looking to extend their winning streak against Canisius to 5 games in a row. Canisius hasn't beaten Quinnipiac since 2022, but the first set doesn't go the Bobcats' way. They'll drop it 25-22. We'll look to rebound in the second set, and they get out to the start they want. Ginevra Giovagioni, welcome back to Hamden. She picks up an ace in her first set back in Burkont after her injury. Later on in the same set, Damla Ganesh over to Azia Belli, who hits a beautiful slide attack, extending the Bobcats' lead to 4 in the set. Looking to secure it, Elena Giacomini picks up another ace for the Bobcats to clinch the set. Quinnipiac ties the matchup at 1 apiece. Starting off the third set, Canisius tries to mount an attack, but they are blocked by a combo of Milena Silva and Elena Giacomini. Bobcats are trying to swing the momentum in their favor early. A bit later, Damla Ganesh setting the ball over to Vittoria Tonelli, who lays down the hammer on the spike that will extend the Bobcats' set lead. The Italian first year already making an impact this year. Tonelli would continue to put the pressure on. Check out this play. Damla Ganesh sets up the first year for a perfectly executed line shot. Tonelli would end with 9 kills, and the Bobcats win the third set. Heading on to the final set, looking to clinch it, Azia Belli with an ace. Quinnipiac with 11 service aces in the win. The Bobcats take the match in 4 sets, winning 3 straight sets over the Golden Griffins. Giacomini with 31 kills in the win for the team. Bobcats looking to complete the weekend sweep the next day at home. Following their strong performance against Canisius, Quinnipiac looked to keep up the momentum as they took on Niagara. The Bobcats picked up the first set 25-23, finished off by 2 strong kills by Elena Giacomini. Despite the early momentum, Quinnipiac would drop the next 3 sets to Niagara, ending the game with 35 attack errors. Senior Leanna Tolliver led to the Purple Eagles with 15 kills, while sophomore Mia Schaefer recorded 20 digs. The Bobcats moved to a 3-2 conference record.
And after the loss, head coach Kyle Robinson expressed his disappointment in his team's performance. Q30 volleyball beat reporter Brianna Trachtenberg has more.
The volleyball team committed 35 attackers in their loss against the Niagara Purple Eagles on Saturday.
Numbers don't lie, okay, and it shows a lot of holes in our team, offensively and defensively. It shows a lot of the holes.
The Bobcats' loss marked the first time the team had lost to the Purple Eagles since October 20th, 2019.
It was an embarrassment for our program. I think it's an embarrassment for the university. I think our fans deserve better. I need to spend a lot more time addressing some critical issues that we have within our team.
Coach Robinson prioritizes his team and their level of commitment and felt that it was absent in today's game.
You can't be a part of anything that I'm a part of if you don't have pride, if you don't have a care for a thing. And we showed a lack of caring and pride today, and that's unacceptable on any Kyle Robinson team.
Quinnipiac will look to come back from the loss against Ryder on Friday. Reporting from the Burt Concourt, Brianna Trachtenberg, Q30 Sports.
Moving on to the pitch, the women's soccer team headed to Loudonville, New York on Wednesday afternoon to take on Siena. The Bobcats and the Saints ended the match in a scoreless tie. Milena Branco, Morgan Cupo, and Molly Andrews each had a shot on goal. Gwen Hoyt made 2 saves in the scoreless draw, earning her first clean sheet of the season and second of her collegiate career. Siena outshot the Bobcats 8-5, but Quinnipiac had more shots on goal with a 3-2 advantage. Senior forward Milena Branco has been one of the shining stars on the Bobcats this season.
Women's soccer beat reporter Rose Carrotta had the opportunity to sit down with the Ontario native for September's Athlete of the Month interview.
First of all, thank you so much for sitting down with us today, Milena. Again, I'm Rose. It's great to meet you and to sit down with you. Really easy question off the bat. How have you felt about your guys' start to the season this year?
I thought so far we've been doing, pretty well. With the amount of the little bit of experience versus the youth that we have on this team, I think it can go a long way, and just for us to keep working hard and working on it and growing together each and every day, I think we'll have a good outcome.
What kind of connection do you have with the defense and your goaltending as a midfielder?
So me and Maddie Alves were freshman year roommates, so we have that connection as well off the field. So just putting it piece to piece together, we have a lot of newcomers in the back line, but Maddie Alves definitely gives that leadership back there to help them go through through a game, through practices. She gives that voice on and off the field to help them and lead them.
What's a specific part of your game that you're always looking to improve? You talked a lot about taking steps to keep pushing. What's a personal thing you have for yourself?
I mean, Dave would say I have a little bit of I would be maybe switched off in a game or not focused, but leading to that, I really try to so I could journal sometimes, listen to music, go on a walk before a game, or even just talk to my mom. Just being focused going into the game is very important because I can be switched off quick, but I can also get switched on quick. Fairfield game, I know it's an important game. I need to be switched on and always locked in for those. But even just not saying other teams are worse than Fairfield, but the lower MAC teams, I still need to be switched on and learn from that. So I just need to still have a lot of room to grow, and I'm looking forward for the next few games.
Do you have a favorite memory playing here at Quinnipiac, either with players that have graduated or players that you're guiding now? Just something that you look back on either as motivation or just a really fond memory?
Yeah, I would hate to mention Fairfield again, but winning on our home turf sophomore year was really special, running onto the field and celebrating with my team. Not only if you're on the field or off the field, but supporting your team and being with your team as one. It was a great experience.
And if you had to pick a single sentence that kind of encompasses your mindset, going into a game, something simple, something specific, what is it for you?
I always tap the door on the way back, the way out of the locker room, and say, "Let's get it, let's go." So that's one key word that I say before I go out to try and focus.
Thank you, Rose, for that awesome interview. Milena Branco and the Bobcats return to Hamden on Saturday.
Like Branco says before every game, Andrew,
let's get it. And as we said, let's get it indeed, Andrew. The Bobcats celebrated Senior Day as well as QU fights Breast Cancer Day. The seniors all posing with their parents for the Senior Day picture. Of course, a great tradition. And the team also honored junior Liv McDonald, who recently had to medically retire due to injuries, so she was able to ceremonially start the game.
Getting into some first half action, Milena Branco crossing the ball into the box. First year Corey Anderson waiting, and she calmly knocks it in. It's 1-0 Quinnipiac.
Later on, Branco takes a shot. It's blocked. The deflection goes to Audrey LaFive. She shoots off the crossbar.
On the other side of the field, Peacocks get the ball inside. Julia Pino Magno taken down. Ref signals for a penalty shot. Joanna Diaz steps up to the spot and drills at the ball to Gwen Hoyt's left. That'll tie it up at 1 apiece.
And in the 42nd minute, Caroline Matizik crosses the ball in. It's Isabella Torelli. She's there for the touch over the line. Bobcats take a 2-1 lead into the half.
In that second half, 58th minute, long Bobcat pass chased down by Molly Andrews. Peacock goalkeeper gets a hand on it, but it squirts past her, and Andrews collects the ball and shoots it in. Quinnipiac up 3-1.
And a little bit later, Morgan Kupo receives the pass and shoots it right off the post, but have no fear. Kupo, she'll redeem herself as she skirts a defender and shoots it over the goalie's shoulder. It's all Bobcats. They're up 4-1 now.
But the Bobcats aren't even done. Matizik feeding the ball to Evelyn Key, who puts it in the net. The Bobcats are going to take the game 5-1. They're going to head up to Poughkeepsie to take on the Marist Red Foxes on Wednesday at 2 p.m.
And there's still a lot more on Sports Paws when we come back. The field hockey team was in action playing 2 games this weekend. See how they fared at home against Temple on Staten Island versus Wagner.
Also coming up, we will go over the top 5 plays in this week in Quinnipiac sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll return in 2 minutes.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health.
Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority.
Love your mind.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Have you ever helped a fellow veteran?
Yes.
I do my best reaching out to my brothers and sisters in arms. Have you ever asked for help yourself? Most of us, we're not gonna admit that we need to help.
You don't have someone to kind of help you guide those thoughts. It can be really bad.
It's just a beautiful space when someone can trust you and say, listen, I need help.
Even the mighty might not see it coming. It's prediabetes, and it captures 1 in 3 adults. But you can escape. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test to know where you stand and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Be your own hero on smartphones everywhere at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Quinnipiac women's golf is teeing off the season in historic fashion thanks to one standout sophomore. Sophia Fujita was named the MAC Women's Golfer of the Month for her outstanding performance in September. The California native set a new program record for the lowest 54-hole score in Quinnipiac golf history, finishing with a 3-round total of 9 under par to win both the individual title and help the Bobcats claim the team trophy at the Autumn Harvest-hosted Levi Lehigh. Fujita and the team will now host the Quinnipiac Classic on October 13th and 14th. In addition, golf news. The MAC has announced that this year's MAC Championship will return to Magnolia Golf Course at Walt Disney World.
Moving on to the tennis court, both the men's and women's team for Quinnipiac participated in the MAC Masters Tournament over the weekend. Sophomore Willow Renton, coming in as the #1 seed, swept the women's singles bracket. She would go on to also win the women's doubles bracket alongside partner Caitlin Flower. The pair will move on to compete in the ITA Masters Conference Championships from November 6th through 9th. The men's team saw Carlos Broncimo reach the top 16 in the singles bracket, and the doubles duo Carl Soholm and Alessandro Siaka make it to the quarterfinals. On Friday, the Quinnipiac field hockey team took on the Temple Owls here in Hamden. Lanike Kirchhoff, Catherine Govan, and Peyton Rieger all scored for the Owls, but Christina Torres was able to save their 3 other shots on goal. Francisca Esquez attempted 4 shots on the day, but none found the back of the net. All that combined to lead to the Bobcats' 3rd straight loss in conference play this season. Quinnipiac field hockey hasn't seen a conference win since 2023.
The Bobcats stayed in action this weekend as they headed to Staten Island to go up against NEC foe Wagner. The Bobcats were able to bounce back and secure the win against the Seahawks with a 2-1 victory. The pair of goals came from Mo Quayle and Francisca Esquez, who built the early lead, but the defense had to hold on until the end. Goalkeeper Christina Torres stood firm, recording 5 saves, including 2 late ones to kill the late game push by Wagner and seal the win over the Seahawks.
Last Friday, the Bobcats headed to Lehigh to compete in the 51st Paul Short Run. The men's team placed 27th overall ahead of 3 MAC opponents. Alex Saldana led the way for Quinnipiac, placing 27th overall with a time of 25:09. Tyler Dem and Shepard Livingston rounded out Quinnipiac's top 3, placing 99th and 163rd overall, respectively.
The women's cross-country team was equally as impressive on Friday at the event. The Bobcats excelled in the highly competitive gold race, finishing 13th overall, notably ahead of regional rivals like Yale and Boston University. The standout performances came from seniors Sierra Gray and Rachel St. Germain, who both secured top 30 finishes. Thanks to their efforts, the team officially moved up 2 spots in the U.S. Track and Field Cross Country Coaches Association Northeast Regional Rankings, placing them in the top 8.
It wasn't just the senior game this Saturday for the women's soccer team. The match against St. Peter's was also very special for one player in particular.
Q30 women's soccer beat reporter Patrick Walsh has more on the team's tribute to Liv McDonald.
Junior midfielder Liv McDonald recently had to medically retire from the game of soccer due to recurring injuries. The team honored her Saturday during their senior day by naming her a co-captain and having her ceremonially start the game in the kickoff circle.
Well, I just found out a couple of days ago that it was done for me, so I was still in rehab to get back to sport. So met with Dave yesterday to kind of see what's next. He told me that they were going to figure some stuff out to make me feel included. I didn't really know what that was, and then today he told me that everything they were going to do for me. And the second I got off the field, I thanked him because I know I'm going to cherish that forever.
McDonald's teammates have helped to get her through her injury struggles.
I mean, this team is the best team you could ask for, and going through all of this, and everyone always makes sure you have someone by your side and you're never alone, and honestly, they make it feel like I'm not even out sometimes. They incorporate me in everything that they do.
Senior forward Morgan Cupo says that McDonald's work ethic has inspired the whole team.
She's worked so hard these past 3 years to come back and be in rehab every single day and wake up early. She's done more work than all of us because she's doing 5 hours of rehab a day just trying to get back. So it's really inspiring to see how she's come so far.
Head coach Dave Clark made sure that McDonald will never forget her final game in a Bobcat uniform.
It was important that our players recognize her for, she's had 3.5 years of just sheer frustration. So one, to be able to get her on the field, and that's it. I mean, she'll be part of the squad, but she won't train, won't play moving forward. So, having our mom here, again, in a few years she'll have those photographs, she'll have those memories, she'll have no regrets. So even she doesn't want to be in front of it and doing it. It was the right thing for her to do.
While McDonald's playing days are over, she will help the team in their search for a MAC title from the sidelines. Reporting for Q30 Sports, I'm Patrick Walsh.
Thank you so much, Patty. Andrew, it's a shame that none of these top 5 plays were made by anyone else named Andrew.
Well, I think there's already enough Andrew on this show. These plays are fantastic regardless.
I don't know if there's enough.
How about
Andrew,
we take a look?
Let's take a look here. Number 5 on the top 5 volleyball, taking on Canisius. Dom Ganesh sets it up for Azia Belli for the crossbody kill. Bobcats win it in 4.
Men's ice hockey shipped up to Boston College. Jeremy Wilmer knocking down the puck, toe dragging past the defender, wristing one past the goaltender. Another look at that masterful move from the assistant captain. We'll definitely see more from this game later on.
Number 3 women's soccer hosting St. Peter's. The long ball is chased by Molly Andrews, and she gets around a defender, collects the ball, and knocks it in. Quinnipiac takes this one 5-1.
Women's ice hockey playing Providence. Emerson Jarvis wrapping around the net, passing to Peyton Cormier, who goes top shelf.
Number 1 back in Chestnut Hill, Ethan Wittenbach backhands the puck across to fellow first year Matthew Lanziger, puts it in the net. Another look, beautiful passing play by the rookies. Quinnipiac would, of course, get the win at Boston College 4-3.
You know, Andrew, I hear it's an exciting weekend coming up for men's ice hockey.
It is. Men's hockey, they're off to Arizona State. They're going to take on the Alaska Fairbanks Nanooks. And if they win or lose, they're either going to play Notre Dame or Arizona State, both teams who received at least votes or ranked in the recent USCHO poll. But unfortunately, that's all for Sports Paws this week. Be sure to follow Q30 Television and Q30 Sports on X and Instagram to stay up to date and on your favorite Quinnipiac team scores and news.
Thank you to all the producers and everyone working hard behind the scenes. For Andrew Reynolds, I'm Andrew Goodness. Have a great rest of your night, Bobcats.